Are you an attorney or a law firm working with a family who is having care issues or who had care issues with a home care agency? This could be a home care agency funded by a state Medicaid program. It could be a private care agency company. I'm Pamela D Wilson. I'm a caregiving expert witness in litigation for situations where an individual, usually an elderly or a vulnerable person, has been intentionally or unintentionally harmed by the actions of a paid caregiver through a Medicaid program or through a private care agency. Now, you might wonder how these things happen. Well, all of these caregivers are trained according to some set of standards. Some caregivers are trained better than others. Some care agencies pay more attention to the training that they're supposed to do. Common accidents can be a caregiver takes an elderly person out, they're in a busy parking lot, the elderly person goes off with their walker by themselves and they get hit by a car in a parking lot. Or an elderly parent is at home and the caregiver is there to be with them every second of the day to make sure that they don't fall. Well, what happens? The caregiver takes a personal phone call, mom or dad falls, hits their head, and they're seriously injured. All kinds of things happen when other people are brought in to care for vulnerable elderly persons, especially persons with Alzheimer's or dementia. Some caregivers are better trained than others. Some caregivers are not trained to be dementia caregivers at all, yet agencies, because they have a need, will send out a caregiver who's not appropriately trained to care for someone with Alzheimer's or dementia. Imagine that happening. This person takes your mom or dad out. They're in a busy mall or at the grocery store. Caregiver turns around, that person is gone. They're lost because the caregiver didn't realize you never take a person with memory loss out in a public place and lose sight of them even for 1 second. These situations can be potentially harmful for the older adult who is injured, and these injuries can have other effects on their health, especially if they have a lot of chronic health problems. So if you are an attorney or a law firm and you've been approached by a family member who's saying, hey, this issue happened, do I have a case? How can we recoup money to care for my parent who was injured in this situation? I can help. I write reports, I review information, and I testify in court. You can find more information about me on my website, PamelaDWilson.com. Look under the Services tab. There are 2 expert pages there. There also will be a link underneath this video. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in another video about expert witness services related to caregiving and home care agencies, guardianship, conservatorship, standards of care, and everything in between.